is what Duke Dufferin Kill is all about. So you see, right here, you got normal bus stop and the piece of the art technology or whatever the ugly piece of shit it is. Look, it's already falling apart. Just right from here. I wonder how much of taxpayers' money we paid for this. Oh my god. Wow, look at this. It has a hole inside already. They found it on the garbage or what? It's like fuck. So, Dufferin and Kill neighborhood, and this is how we use our taxpayers' money to wash down the drain. You see right here. First bus stop. Does it look too bad to you, or like outdated, or what's really the problem with this? No, it doesn't look like any problems. I mean, aside from being vandalized by graffitis, advertisement, and ugly commercial for a good cause, I guess. So this is a normal bus stop, and here we are. This is what we have in our neighborhood. Some ugly things that we're not sure what it is, but it's been here for years. And here's another wonderful piece of art improvement. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is like so bad. This is like, look, this is it's falling apart. This is, yeah. This is the garbage. How people can even be proud of something like this? I mean, this ugly piece of rusty thing is just makes it unclean, dirty. So it's a great opening of the rusted thing. Let's check this out. Oh fuck.
Short town makes all the difference. So I'm really proud of that. And these kinds of projects, and I'm so proud of our team because they just wouldn't happen without a cohesive group of people making this happen. Now, Councillor Pasternak, who's standing here, was instrumental. Because years ago, he said off the cuff at the end of a meeting, sort of just thinking, saying, you know, why don't you guys do something with that piece of land that's been abandoned? It was just sitting here. It was an old turning station, whatever, sort of messy, half there, half here, a bit dangerous. Why don't you guys do something? So we really should be calling it Councillor Pasternak Park, but we're not going to do that because of various regulations. Anyways, so about Duke Heights, who doesn't know, we were founded in 2014. We're one of 86 BIAs. We have over 4,000 businesses. Huge. 32,000 employees. And obviously our main idea here is to grow, to help people work efficiently, get here quickly and safely and securely. And ideally, we'd like them to stay here and not just run through us. So by making things more beautiful, accessible, safer, more lighting, people hopefully will stay here. And that's what we're trying to do. The concept, the BIA Board of Directors began exploring a concept developing a parquet in 2020. And in 5 years, here we are. So that's not too bad. Councillor Pasternak is here. Forest and Field Landscape Architects joined the project in 2021, and creative design concept was developed, and then the TTC bus stop was decommissioned. The outcome you see here is visible. We are no longer standing on a deteriorated, abandoned, primarily hard surface lot. We're now standing on newly completed Duke Heights parquet. It's 1,650 square meters, boasting 325 square meters of landscape green space, including 29 new trees, a variety of perennial plants, decorative paving, custom benches, and 6 bike rings, which I hope are going to get used. A galvanized steel attractive boardwalk aligned with guardrails displays proudly Duke Heights logo, which you'll see on that side over there, in laser cut weathering steel, A 35-meter-long walkway provides an accessible direct shortcut connecting pedestrians on the two busy bus stops. And at night, and this is really important because safety is lighting, so at night we will be lighting, and 9 pedestrian-scale poles, which you see here, have been installed. So it's BIA, the Duke Heights Parkette is a timely addition to the progressive list of Duke Heights BIA streetscape and green space improvements, contributing to the enrichment of the BIA community and this part of the City of Toronto. Acknowledgement. The project was met with full support and hard work of many people joining us today. Thank you to the Duke Heights BIA Board of Directors, Councillor James Pasternak, for working with us and endorsing this project from the onset. Councillor Anthony Peruzza, Joe Pantalone, Special Advisor, City of Toronto and BIA Office, Forest and Field Landscape Architects, Pega Construction was here, and Engineering Link. We are pleased to have representatives here today from the Duke Heights BIA. We've mentioned the people here. The Honorable Michael Kersners, people from his office, Shoshana Bodenstein, and Jeremy Janathan, pardon my introduction. From the City of Toronto, Yuma, Streetscape, Designer and Capital Projects Coordinator, Sandy Koitsis Zigomanis, Senior Project Manager, Business Improvement Areas, Pauline Ho, Streetscape Designer and Capital Projects Coordinator, Filipan Verusalam, pardon the expression if I named them incorrectly. From Forest and Field Landscape Architect, Matthew Swag, Principal Landscape Architect, George Armour, Intermediate Landscape Designer, Michelle Lazar, Landscape Architect. From Pega Construction, Ali Motashami, and Brian Soltazeni, Ashkan Ayubi, Nilafar Pajui, and Babak Sharshar. And from Engineering Link, Mark Heina. From Toronto Association of BIA Improvement, Tabia, John Kiru. From Envision, Andy McKeon, Jean-Paul Sergent, Delaney Avola. And to many others who could not be here today, thank you very much. Thank you. Wow, that was a mouthful.
I'll invite our councillor for the area, Councillor James Pasternak, to say a few words.
Well, thank you so much, Leah and Lou, and all the members of the board of directors for the Duke Heights BIA. Thank you very much for the suggestion to naming this after me, but I think one of the requirements is that I be deceased. Now, I might have stopped buying green bananas, but I'm not quite ready to leave the planet Earth. One of the things that cities are defined by is the investments they make in their public realm, that people can see when they go about their daily lives, whether it be walking or driving or taking public transit. And when I parked across the street and when I walked over here and saw the finished product and how wonderful it is, and congratulations to the designers and the architects, I never thought we could take this barren corner and turn it into such beautification. And it's going to be used by thousands of people every month as they cross this major intersection. They will be able to see it. And it's a great example of how the City of Toronto can work with the private sector to invest in our great city. Because government cannot do it alone. We need the private sector with their imagination, with their ingenuity, and their money to make things wonderful in our city. And this was not an easy thing to do. We were battling a number of different elements. We were trying to get permits. We were crossing swords with Toronto Water. We had to negotiate with TTC. So, this wasn't a world hotspot, but it sure felt like it at times. But at the end of the day, we have a wonderful corner. We have great beauty. I see my colleague, Councillor Peruzza, has arrived. Thank you very much for coming. Good to see you. You look good. You look good. So thank you so much. Once again, Joe and Lou and Leah and the board of directors, of course our architect partners and members of other levels of government for coming out here today. Congratulations. This is a legacy project that will be enjoyed for decades on end by tens of thousands of people. Thank you once again and congratulations.
Thank you, Councillor Pasternak. Upon the arrival of Councillor Peruzza, I'd also like to invite him to the podium to say a few words. Councillor?
Thank you, Leah, Councillor Pasternak, Dr. Pliam. I see some of the other board members. I know that if I start mentioning everybody, then I'm going to get myself into trouble, so I'm just going to leave it there. And it's so nice to see everybody. It's an amazing project. And again, you know, the BIA, it's a wonderful group of people. They've really sort of taken this neighborhood under their wing and have a deep commitment to you know, to improving it. And I just keep coming out to these projects, right? You know, down on Dufferin, up on Dufferin, along on Finch, out on Keel and Finch. Pretty soon we're going to go and stand up at on Keel Street, you know, between Finch and Steeles, and there'll be some other stuff there, and below Finch on Keel Street as well. So the work continues, and it's amazing. I think the City of Toronto has done well. This group is doing well for us and by us. We are grateful for that, and it's so wonderful to see everybody here, and a beautiful little parkette, and just the legacy grows and continues. So congratulations to each and every one of you. So it's a really good job. You know, work well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Perissa. I'd now like to ask that the Chair, Board of Directors, our Special Advisor for Duke Heights BIA, architects, PEGA.
Yeah, so as John was explaining, it's a BIA, Business Improvement Area. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there's like 73 of them in the city, all over the GTA. And basically think of it as a group of doctors, dentists, lawyers, real estate brokers, more successful businesses. They organize in their area. They go to the mayor of the city and they say, we want to make an area dedicated to beautification and making it clear to the public it's a safe place, it's a clean place, it's a good place, no garbage, no vandalism, no homeless, that kind of stuff. It's about making the place more presentable for businesses to come in, you know what I mean? It's like artistic.
You know what's a really kind of a strange thing? You see there's a bus stop.
Yeah.
There's a bus stop with a roof, with everything.
Yeah.
And there is another new bus stop with no roof, with just rusted piece of metal on top.
Yeah, over there.
Who's gonna use that bus stop?
Well, those ones and the third one there, it's art. The way it's designed, it's like an arch with a triangular going
So
up.
it's not for usability, it's just for...
It's another seat for people to sit in the warmer weather. I wouldn't recommend it in the winter time, but in the summer, yeah, that's what it's another bench. But it's art. That's what it is. It's some members of the city expressing themselves, and this BIA is allowing them to do it.
But it's rusted already. Why would I sit and get...
Did you see the metal alloy in it? It looks like it's got like a lacquer finish. It's supposed to be like artistic expressionism. Oh no, I hear. If you feel strongly about it, you might want to make a comment there. But from what I can understand, it's like an artistic expressionism. That's what it is. It's art.
Yeah, I appreciate it for your time. Thanks. So you see how rusted it is. This is the opening day. Here we go. Guys, look, there's a normal bus stop that you can use with a glass, with everything. And there is a piece of art that people have to consider and enjoy it and pay the taxes. This is awesome. Look at this. Okay. It is rusted. Proud to be Canadian. And the quality of the product, look, this is just new.
The city deserves something like this. I mean, the people deserve
And here we go. This is how they finish it. Completely done project. Look at this. Here we go.